welcome everybody to another edition of the Property Management Mastermind Show. I'm your host, Brad Larson, and today we're going to be announcing and going live with the Property Management Mastermind Conference website, PMMCon.com. So as you're listening, visit www.pmmcon.com, PMMCon.com. All right, so in today's episode, we need to go over what's going on in this conference. We're going to go from start to finish, essentially. So we're going to go through everything that you need to know and make an informed decision on what you want to do in the signing up process. So let's get to it. All right, so the dates. First thing we got to do is cover the dates. So who, what, where, when, why, and all that good stuff. So it's going to be March 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 2020, March 2nd, 3rd, 4th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2, 3, 4 in March 2020. You want to be there Sunday evening if possible, because you're going to want to tack on to the add-on seminar. I'm going to go through everything here in a little bit. So we decided to look at March 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. We've booked 4 years out in March in Las Vegas. So this year is going to be at the Mirage in 2020. Okay, that's March of 2020. The first year is going to be at the Mirage. The second, third, fourth year is going to be at the Palms. And that's going to be, again, in Las Vegas in the March timeframe. And all of that's listed on our website. So today is the first day that you can sign up for the PMMCon.com. I'd like to also give thanks to Greg Deering. Greg was our first sign up. Now, in dealing with building this website, e-commerce is a nightmare. I mean, e-commerce is like so painful, because what we wanted to do was make a system to where you could sign up and pay for the conference right then and there, but not have to pay a lot of crazy fees. So we did not use Eventbrite on purpose, because they charge a lot of crazy fees. And then also, we give you the option to do a credit card, but really we just want to do an ACH via Stripe and or Plaid, which is a format of Stripe itself. So again, e-commerce is a whole new different animal. So bear with us on this, because we're trying to make this very cheap and effective to sign up for this conference, because the main stuff is getting there. So the conference will be at the Mirage, March 2 through 4, 2020, and it's going to be fantastic. So let's get into it. So day one, which is Monday, March 2nd, we're going to start off with an add-on seminar. The additional add-on seminar is with Mike Nelson. And so Mike's going to be coming in teaching key performance indicators that morning. So again, this is an add-on seminar. You don't have to attend as part of the conference. It's going to be from roughly 9 to 12:30. Breakfast will be included. So we definitely want you to come with a Monday morning accounting attitude to be able to get into the conference Monday morning and attend Mike Nelson's seminar. So if you got to take an early flight from wherever you are to get in Vegas at 7 a.m., it's a good reason to do that. You know, for example, if you can fly from anywhere east, a lot of times you can almost arrive as soon as you leave. So because of the 2-hour, 3-hour flight. So it's kind of interesting. So for example, if we were to leave San Antonio, let's say at 6 in the morning, we get to Vegas at 6:10 in the morning. And so you can attend and fly out the same morning. Or what you may want to do is come the weekend prior. Come Friday, come Saturday, come Sunday, get in, get settled, get accustomed, and then show up Monday morning to Mike Nelson's Key Performance Indicator Seminar. And we're going to be putting out more information to follow about what that's going to entail, to include the deliverable that Mike's putting together. That's going to tie right into the NARPM accounting standard. That's something you definitely want to be a part of, because I think you'll learn a ton of information on the accounting side at that 3-hour seminar. So definitely that's part of, and before we even kick off the conference. So again, day one starts at Mike Nelson, the add-on seminar. Then it goes straight into our actual Property Management Mastermind Conference starting in vicinity 1 o'clock. We're going to have the sign-ins and registrations, and we'll get in there at 1 o'clock with main stage. And so what we're going to start with is the keynote session is going to be from Andrew Reece. Now, at 1 o'clock on Monday, Andrew's going to have almost an hour and 15 minutes to talk to us about what he's done in the Australian market. Now, Andrew is a household name as far as property management. And so we were lucky enough to be able to book him through Bob Walters and Dixie Walters, and they're the point of contact for us. Now, they put on LPMA conferences for years and years and years, and they've been kind of advising us a little bit on how to make this a fantastic conference using their 15 or 20 years of extreme knowledge about the industry. And so we're lucky to be able to meet Andrew Reece and get him here. I'm very excited about his talk, because this is a guy that's done everything in the property management world. He's built big companies. He's sold big companies. He's built other different parts of the things that's going to happen in the industry, such as your showing features. I mean, there's an Australian equivalent. I don't quite know how to explain it, but I do know this guy is a household name, and I modeled a lot of what we do here at RentWorks after Andrew, especially from to a key point there is he did a masterclass seminar, I believe in 2011 in Australia, and it was track 3 on their particular CD they put out from LPMA. I must have listened to that seriously 100 times, because Andrew basically invented the whole portfolio manager model of revenue share. And so we used to do something similar here at RentWorks, and I truly believe in that model. And I think you're going to be able to hone in on all the experience that Andrew's going to be bringing to the table. And that's a keynote speech from 1 to roughly 2:30. Then we're going to bring in Scott Brady around 2:30, and he's going to show us how to SWOT. Okay, what does that mean? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. We've all probably heard of that. Maybe you've gone through the drill, but Scott's going to take us through how to do this. Now, he's taught this at the college level. So there's nobody better that's going to be able to come in and say, this is how you run this drill, because what it brings out is just amazing stuff. It's going to create an opportunity for you to understand what's out there that you can hone in on, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats as an industry that he's going to be going through on stage. And that's going to kick right off into our whole intent of this conference is the mastermind sessions. So we have 5 mastermind groups that we've set up, and each mastermind group is going to have a facilitator. The facilitators are Scott Brady, Mark Cunningham, Christina Roick, Sarah Durbin, and Pete Newbig. Those 5 facilitators are going to be running the mastermind small groups that we're going to be breaking into. So for easy math, let's say we have 250 attendees. We're going to say 50 attendees are going to go to each particular group. So it's kind of like homeroom in high school, if you want to remember that. All right, so we all got to go to homeroom. In that, we're going to have 2 hours, 2 full hours on Monday for them to facilitate a conversation between the 50 or so group, 40, 50, 60, whatever it's going to be. They're in there to facilitate a conversation, to bring out the SWOT analysis that you just learned from Scott Brady, so you can apply it to your business and hear what other people are doing. So for example, it could be, let's talk 10 minutes about leasing. Let's talk 10 minutes about maintenance. Let's talk 10 minutes about accounting. I mean, it's going to be formatted with the facilitators. So we'll be working with them directly to come up with an outline of what they want to talk about. And we're going to be putting that all together in a regimented format so we can spend a little bit of time talking about everything as a group. Masterminding, the whole concept of a small group, masterminding, bringing up good ideas, saying, I like that. I'm not sure that would work. We're going to be facilitating that mastermind session, and I think that's going to go a long way to bring you some good information. Why are we doing that day 1? So you can meet the key folks that you want to network at. So imagine this. So somebody stands up in the back of the room and they say, you know, we do this, 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 and this. You're like, great, mental note. I got to grab that person at the bar. I got to grab that person at the awards banquet and find out how they do that exactly. That's called networking 101. And the mastermind format is going to create that environment to where you understand what people are doing around you and you know who to go talk to. And so I think that's going to be fantastic. And that's going to tie right into going into the vendor mixer, which is that evening starting at 5:30. That's going to be right in the middle of all the advertisers. There's going to be a cash bar. You're going to be able to come in, get drinks, mingle, 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 talk with the vendors. That's a great opportunity to kind of meet the vendors that are there, the advertisers that are there, and also hone in on that networking that you just talked about with those mastermind groups. Because there's nothing better than, again, grabbing that one person that had a good idea, going back to them and say, hey, can you talk to me a little bit more about that? How exactly did that work in your business, and how can I implement that at my business? Okay, that's day 1. Are you tired yet? Okay, that's only day 1. And I think that's going to be a fantastic day. So fly in early, fly in Sunday night, make it to the add-on seminar with Mike Nelson. And let's go over a little bit about costs. So we don't get too far into it. I should have brought this up first because I'm not trying to save this to the end. This is not some kind of sales pitch. You're going to want to attend this conference. I don't need to hard sell you. So the cost of this, the costs are going to include your conference seminar sign-up, which is $1,595. That's for the entire conference, to include 12 meals and snacks and the awards banquet for $1,595. The awards banquet is open bar. All the meals are included. So that's $1,595 for the conference. If you want to attend Mike Nelson's seminar, that's an additional $250. If you want to attend the add-on seminar on Wednesday afternoon, which I'm going to talk about, that's an additional $250. If you sign up for everything, you get a 10% discount, which is a $209 discount, which basically pays for one of the add-on seminars. Okay, that's the math. Now, we intentionally booked this thing in Vegas because the rooms are very inexpensive. at the Mirage. You can stay there for $95 per night. Okay, there's fees and other junk that Vegas does. I get it. It's irritating, but that's what they do. So it's certainly not Nashville, right? I love and had a great time at the Southern States in Nashville, but the darn hotel was $350 a night or whatever it was. That's expensive. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying we're intentionally trying to make this a very cost-effective conference, putting it into a hotel venue that's going to be very good, but not over the top good. And of course, Vegas, you can fly in there for so cheap almost everywhere. Almost every place has direct flights into Vegas. So you're going to get to Vegas, you're going to take a 10-minute taxi cab or a 5-minute Uber or whatever it's going to be, straight to the Mirage, and you're there. Okay, that's the ease of travel that everybody loves with Las Vegas. That's what we're doing. All right, we've covered the cost. We've covered day one. I want to dive into day two. Day two, keynote speaker, going to start off with John Warrillow, right? He's going to be there at 8:30 in the morning to give us a keynote presentation. He's got an hour and 15 minutes to talk about Built to Sell. John wrote the book, Built to Sell. Go check out his podcast called Built to Sell. You're going to be impressed with what he's put together. I mean, it's just amazing what he did. I've been following this guy for years, listening to his podcasts, and he's our keynote speaker. He's our big dog speaker. He's an industry outsider, but he knows business from doing it and talking about it daily. So we're not doing any motivational speakers. I'm sorry, I couldn't get Tony Robbins the last minute to come. We're only getting people that are going to teach us something. No offense, Mr. Robbins. Okay, let's talk about session 4, which is going to be 9:45 in the morning. The facilitators are going to all come back in, and we're going to do a mastermind recap. So we have an hour, well, let's say we have 45 minutes at least to talk to the facilitators, and they're going to come on stage, and they're going to bring out the highlights, the top 2, 3, 5 things that they pulled away from Monday afternoon's mastermind session. So that way you get a compilation of what happened in all the other rooms from those facilitators. They're going to be able to come in and say, in our group, we did this, this, and this, and here was the most amazing thing that came out of it. And here's the tidbit, here's the golden nugget. And they're going to be able to tell you about that. And that's going to be Wednesday morning. Now, we take a break. We got good long 30-minute breaks. And then we get into another topic from Jennifer Stoops. She's going to be one of our speakers there. Now, Jennifer's come on the scene recently. She's out of North Carolina. She's John Bradford's right-hand man who just started pet screening. Jennifer, I asked her to build this presentation just for this conference about basically developing your replacement. That's what it's called. And what I wanted Jennifer to come up with is, all right, talk to me about how you became the second in charge of your company, which basically she's running the company, because John Bradford is doing all kinds of cool things with pet screening, and he was a politician for a while. Yeah, he started and owns the company, but Jennifer runs that puppy, and she'll be the first one to tell you, and John will be the first one to admit it. And so I asked her specifically to come teach us what she would do to develop her second in command, what kind of steps you got to go through, what kind of pitfalls you got to be careful of, what kind of agreements you need, basically giving you the playbook for how you can develop your replacement, right? I think that's very neat for all of us in one facet or the other. Either you are the person wanting to be replaced, or you are the person that's going to replace the person above you. Okay, that's simple. Everybody is going to be relegated to that role at some point. Now, we're going to talk about our next part. Is Matt Whitaker is going to be next. That's the final presentation in the morning. And I wanted Matt to create a playbook for the unexpected acquisition. Again, I went to all these speakers and I said, I want you to develop this presentation because I think this is what everybody wants to and needs to learn. The playbook for unexpected acquisitions. Matt has done, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 acquisitions. He's not Wall Street money. He's using private money. Okay, so he's the down and dirty, getting it done at a normalcy level. And I don't mean to offend any Wall Street money, but those guys have millions in their pocket just waiting to write checks about the management companies that they feel is right. Matt's using private money and more common sense to where he's got to be, and he has done several acquisitions. So what I had him do is like, all right, Matt, in my opinion, acquisitions happen to most property management companies by sheer chance. By they are standing at the buffet line at a local NARPM chapter meeting, and the person next to him says, hey, I'm getting ready to sell in a year. You interested in buying me? And it's like, whoa, now what do I do, right? What just happened? I just all of a sudden have an acquisition opportunity I didn't have 5 minutes ago, and I have no earthly idea what to do with it. And so Matt is going to come in and give us the playbook, step by step, what you need to do to handle an acquisition. Now, it's never going to be all-inclusive, but it's sure going to give you at least a peace of mind to say, okay, well, we need to do this step first, and then this step second, and then this step third, and here's some of the protection methods we need to put in for both of our sakes. And he's going to walk you through that acquisition process because he's done it. This is a doer. Okay. This is what I really like about his presentation. He's going to give you a nice deliverable to go home with. And I think that's going to be fantastic. One of the things I'm really excited about is getting Mike Schrafer in. Mike's coming out of Duluth, Minnesota, and he did a podcast a while back, basically where it's called Investing with Your Team. And so he puts together basically a syndication with his staff members, and they go out and acquire properties and put them into some sort of entity. Now he's going to walk you through case studies, examples of what they have done as a staff. So again, he's including his maintenance staff, his portfolio managers, his frontline people, his leasing people. He's including all of them that want to buy into this. They all contribute. They all see the numbers. They all see everything that's going on in the background, and they go out and acquire in properties. They might acquire and flip. They might acquire and hold. They might acquire and rent it out and sell it to an investor. There's all kinds of things they're doing, but those are things that he's going to be able to walk us through case by case, example by example. And I think that's going to be really neat just to see the numbers and how he's doing it. That's all the setup, the protection methods. It's all that good stuff. And so I asked him to do this. He did not have this presentation ready. In fact, he's got a board game that he's done to make this a little bit easier. So I'm very excited to see his presentation. Next one after that is Krista Peterson and her colleague, and they're going to be coming in and talking about personality assessment tests. And Krista is with Culture Index, okay? And so she's going to be talking about all the different personality tests out there. She's a doctor, right? She's a doctor of I don't know what, just smarter stuff than I can understand. But she does have a degree in this thing to where she's a doctor of psychology. Now I remember, clearly I could have been a great doctor. Did you remember the scalpel? No, you close it up inside the patient. Point being is she's going to be talking about the secret shopper of personality assessment tests. That means she's going to be going through the DISC. She's going to be going through the Culture Index. She's going to be going through all the different ones you can think of. Okay, I asked her to do a secret shopper episode and talk about all the different personality assessment tests that are out there and talk about the good, the bad, here's what they do, here's what the other folks do, and just give you an oversight of what that is. Now, she wanted an hour. Actually, she wanted 2 hours, but I gave her an hour of time because this stuff is pretty deep. Now, we use the Culture Index. We use Krista Peterson here at RentWorks. I would highly recommend it because it helps you with the hiring process. And even before you get to that point, it helps you understand your staff members better because everybody takes it and you look at somebody and they're like, I can't believe you just figured out about that person in just a few questions. It's mind shocking, mind numbing almost, because they spotted me right on. I mean, I answered the questions honestly. And then she said, you're this, 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 this. I'm like, wow, can't believe you picked that up about, a personality with just a few questions, but they've honed it down to a science. And it's really good. It's a great tool. I call it like one more arrow in the quiver when you're doing hiring, firing, retention. Okay. Last one of the day is going to be workflow platforms. It's the holy grail. Everybody wants to know about workflow platforms. I'm bringing Michael and Heather Park in from RentBridge, and they're going to be doing the secret shopper on all these different workflow platforms out there. We're going to be talking about Podio and Asana and Basecamp and HubSpot and God knows how many I've forgotten. I don't know. But they're going to be coming in and talking to you about how those work, the benefits of those, what is going to happen in the future. I think everyone's going to go to this at some point, and I think they're going to be able to put on a great presentation. That's Wednesday afternoon. That's the final one of the day, and that's going to be with Heather and Michael Park from RentBridge. Okay, now the fun stuff. We get to talk about the awards banquet. Wednesday evening, we're doing the awards banquet. So on our website, pmmcon.com, if you're interested in an award, I encourage you to go apply. There's awards for all kinds of good stuff. Large Property Manager of the Year, Small Property Manager of the Year, Business Development, Rising Star, and several others. If you're interested in an award, you have to apply. How else are we going to get your information, right? How else is it going to be done? You have to apply for the award. This is standard stuff, gang. It may seem a little weird that you have to apply for an award, but this is not the lottery. You got to buy a lottery ticket, okay? Happens in all these different, the Inc. 5000, the you name it awards. I mean, if you want to get Platinum Top 50, you got to apply, okay? All these different realtor awards, same thing with us. We're having you apply through SurveyMonkey. It's on our website, pmmcon.com. We'll be awarding those at the awards banquet Tuesday evening. The awards banquet is a black tie affair. So gentlemen, you will need to show up in a tuxedo and a minimum of a jacket and tie, okay? Now, we've also made it very easy to get tuxedos. You can get measured on Monday morning, and then get the tuxedo delivered Tuesday afternoon, and you can turn it in Wednesday morning. Okay. We make it very easy for you to rent the tuxedos. We're giving you a link on our website to go in and fill out the information you need. It's all right there. You can fill in your measurements if you know them, or you can get measured the day of on Monday. Ladies, we hope you come dressed to the max. Okay, it is a black tie affair, so the equivalent of a tuxedo in lady versions, you know, come to impress, because it's going to be a fun evening. It's going to be open bar from 7 to 10, so you're going to have an opportunity to get a couple drinks in. We're going to have plated dinners. We're also going to be networking, because you're going to have assigned seating for the awards banquet, and we're going to be doing the seating, which means we're going to be spreading out people. So you're going to be sitting next to somebody you never met before, and you're going to be able to network with them to your left and right. I encourage you to be friendly and find out who they are and what they do. You never know what opportunities come out of there. They could be one of your best mentors, or you could be one of their best mentors. And I think that's the spirit of the Mastermind, is another opportunity at our awards banquet for you to get to network with other like-minded property management professionals. Also at the awards banquet, everyone's doing the awards, plated dinner, we got dessert and coffee, and then we have a live band and dance floor. So the party's going to continue. Okay. It's going to be a great time. I couldn't get Journey, but I got a pretty good band coming in on Tuesday evening, and they're going to be rocking the house, live band, dance floor. That's going to be the closeout of the awards banquet on Tuesday evening. And of course, if you want to leave after that and you want to show up to the blackjack table wearing a James Bond tuxedo, hey, who wouldn't enjoy that, right? Go out on the strip, you know, dress to the nines, and go impress. So it's a great excuse to get dressed up, great excuse to talk about the industry, awesome excuse to be able to meet and greet with somebody that you may not have ever met from the assigned seating method. Okay, now that's Tuesday evening. I know it's going to be a late night, so we got a late start on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to start with an 8 o'clock buffet, but the first speaker, actually the first event is going to be at 9 o'clock. We're going straight back into your homeroom, straight back into your mastermind group. That's 9 to 10:30. So you got an hour and a half on Wednesday morning to go back into the small group atmosphere and continue to begin, on closing out the implementation side. I call day 3 implementation day. So you've gotten day 1 information, you've gotten day 2 information. Now day 3, the facilitators are driving that conversation, They're driving the conversation for you to say, all right, when I get back, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 10. They're going to be helping you get organized so you can implement when you get back. That's a big, it's one of those things that I firmly believe in, is implementation, right? You can hear all kinds of good ideas and you can do this, that, and the other, go to conferences, but if you don't implement, what's the point? And so we're going to be driving that into your ethos on Wednesday morning. Then Wednesday morning continued, we're going into what I'm excited for is Mike Bahima from Echelon Front. Main Gun Mike is going to be presenting to us on some of the extreme ownership concepts. So I want you to go read the book, Extreme Ownership, written by Navy SEALs, Jocko and Leif Babbitt, Jocko Willink and Leif Babbitt. That's not bad off the top of my head. Those two were the Navy SEALs that conducted operations in Iraq. And the facets of leadership they talk about are amazing. Now, I'm a prior infantry officer, so I kind of get it. You know, I'm a military-minded guy, but what they talk about rings so true and applies every day to your business, no matter what level you are at. It applies every day. Mike is going to be coming and doing a speech with us. He's giving a presentation. He was Main Gun Mike from the book. He was the armor company commander. Like, he was the tank company commander that supported the Navy SEALs on the ground in Ramadi. So this guy has been there, done that. He served in the Army for 20 plus years. He's a property manager at heart. You understand? I mean, an officer at that level, making lieutenant colonel, manages so many different things that they were just like one of us. Okay. And I really wanted to get him in because I understood that, he understands that, and that's going to relate 100% to property management. Even though he's outside the industry, he still is one of us. He's one of the guys that managed a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts, just like we do every day. And he's going to be able to convey that in his presentation. Now that's going to be his keynote. Now then we have final comments and the conference will adjourn. The day 3 add-on seminar, which is add-on seminar number 2, will be Mike Bahima instructing on extreme ownership even further from 1:30 to 5. And then lunch is going to be included with that. So that's an additional $250. You know, as mentioned earlier, Mike Bahima is going to be giving us a grandiose presentation on, it's hard for me to describe because he described it to me what he's going to do in those 3 hours. Lots of hands-on learning. There's going to be, man, they're going to have a deliverable. They're going to give you all kinds of good stuff that's going to help you. And you need to be able to be there to understand it, that the leadership traits that you come away with from that are much more than just some sort of motivational junk. All right. This is hands-on real world stuff. He's going to be getting you out of your seats. He's going to be making you do things. You might be working with teams. You might be discovering who's doing what. Team building exercises is one of those facets that they really hone in on. And that's extreme ownership. That's the seminar on day 3, the add-on seminar number 2. And there we have it. So that's a 3-day conference. You have roughly 48 hours of conference and an add-on seminar in the beginning, add-on seminar in the afternoon. That way everybody can go and try to make as much as you can, because even if you spend 2 nights there, you can make almost all of that. If you want to spend 3 nights, meaning you spend Sunday night and then you fly out Wednesday afternoon, or if you want to try to get there Monday morning and fly out Thursday, 2 to 3 nights is what you need at this conference in Las Vegas at the Mirage. Now let's talk about the advertisers. So we're starting the search for all of our advertisers. We built a prospectus. It's on our website. So if you're interested in advertising, go there, check it out. You're going to see all the costs, the benefits, and we're going to have all of the vendors, all of the advertisers are going to be in a next door room to the main space. All of the meals are going to be a buffet line through there. So the advertisers are going to have full exposure to the conference goers. All of the bars, all of the snacks, all that's going to be inside the vendor space. So you're going to have a lot of interaction with the attendees and a lot of interaction with the advertisers. That's the point. We want everybody to mix it up, because where you learn some of the most valuable stuff is from the advertisers. Yeah, you're going to meet some great people to your left and right, but the advertisers are going to actually show you how to improve your business. And we want to get those good advertisers to our conference. So this is wraps it up for what you need to do. So I challenge everybody at this point to go to pmmcon.com, sign up, get registered. We're going to contact you at a later date. We're going to follow up with you a BombBomb video, and then we're going to get more information from you, because we just want the basics right now. We just want your name and all that good stuff. We don't want to burden you with how many doors you manage, what's your middle name, what's your favorite food. We're going to get that from you. So we'll come back to you. We're going to get the door count. We're going to get your experience. We're going to get, whether you want a vegetarian meal at the dinner or if you have any guests. I mean, we're going to help you one-on-one attention, get registered, and help you attend this conference. That's the point. Because I know when I sign up for conferences, I need a little bit more attention. Okay, Mr. Larson, thanks for signing up for the conference. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do this. Sign here. Fill this out. And then we'll be in touch with you. Make sure you're there. So when you sign up and you get registered, you'll have name badges. Name badges are going to be spelled correctly. We have all the goodie bags we're going to get for you. All the amenities are going to be there. It's going to be a fantastic show. And what I think you're going to take away from this is you're going to be dying to go to the 2021 version. We wanted to create a conference that you want to go to every year in a market that's easy to get to, like Las Vegas, in a time frame that's pretty much, as good as we can make it. We can't please everybody, right? March is going to be a good time frame because you also got March Madness there in Vegas. So if you want to get excited about that, come for March Madness. But yeah, okay, we're working around spring breaks. Yeah, there's no good time. We deconflicted this with everybody. We're in between any other conferences around, and we deconflicted as much as we can, and we chose March, Las Vegas, every year. So in closing, hope you can make it. I look forward to you signing up. Thank you, Greg Deering, for being the first one to sign up and testing our system today. And we are rocking and live. So look forward to seeing you in March 2020 in Las Vegas. Take care, everybody.